While most of us are still sleeping, it's an early rise for the men who prepare the food for Gibraltar's most famous inhabitants. The food is a special diet of chopped and mixed vegetables designed for a balanced diet, keeping its customers healthy. It's long, hard work, but very rewarding for the men of the Gibraltar Ornithological and Natural History Society, whose job it is to feed them, and the best time to get it up to them is when the roads are clear. The apes of Gibraltar are Barbary macaques, possibly arriving sometime in the 18th century. Nobody knows quite how and why they arrived, but they've made their home on the rock and have been a successful member of the community. There were times, especially during the Second World War, when the ape population dwindled, but by order of Winston Churchill himself, more Barbary macaques were brought over from North Africa, where they're found wild. The apes have become a symbol of British sovereignty, and it's believed that if they ever left, the rock would cease to be British. The apes are fed barley, which encourages them to do what they do naturally, forage. Some like to keep the barley in their cheek pouches to eat later. Others like to take it from them to save all the effort. It's important to keep their behaviour as natural as possible. Their cousins in the mountains of North Africa spend much of their day foraging. Barley is also an important distraction while the main meal is laid. The babies mimic their mother's actions, all part of the learning process. The apes also like to forage in the olive trees. They have black lips as a consequence. This uses the local resources to survive. It also helps them to keep content, because they're not under competition like at the dinner table. Barbary macaques live in troops of about 30 and above, typically half females and half males, with about 4 to 5 dominant alpha males. The alpha males alternate their position within the pack, but it's usually the top ape who gets to eat first, allowing the higher females and babies to join the feast. Lower ranks wait their turn, and those who disobey get a serious warning. Some of the females will offer themselves to the males just to get to the table. Eventually, the descending ranks arrive and start to eat what's left. The food is just sufficient to help the apes maintain a good diet, including the vitamins they need for some of the day. It's constantly monitored to make sure the apes are eating the right stuff and not picking out just what they want, just like humans. If they become fussy, the mix is changed to guide them back onto the balanced diet. The males of the Barbary macaques are unusual amongst apes. They often share the maternal responsibility. Sometimes they use the babies to their advantage. Grabbing a baby is a sure way to keep the peace with other apes, and usually means they'll be left alone. The apes live in dynamic groups and are constantly watching each other, checking out what's going on whose side, and who's looking at who. Grabbing the baby is a sign to calm things down. Being natural foragers, the daily life of the Barbary macaque means eating from whoever offers them food. Tourists come up the rock and provide entertainment for the apes. Sadly, some people believe that apes take food because they're hungry, but it's simply a natural reaction, so they keep getting fed. And while that's going on, other apes spend their time grooming. This helps to bond the group. They appear to be very relaxed while being groomed. The apes of Gibraltar live in a unique habitat, brought over probably as pets, but now enjoying a life of relative luxury compared to their distant cousins in the forests of North Africa. They've become a part of the culture of Gibraltar, and the Gibraltarians could not imagine life without them.